More to yoga than the postures that you see online. And I'm sure you've heard this. If you're out there as an avid yoga student, I'm sure this isn't the first time that someone's going to proclaim this idea. But I also want to reinforce that stretching is in yoga, but stretching isn't yoga. Strength training is in yoga, but strength training isn't yoga. And breathing exercises, they are used in a yoga class, but breathing exercises aren't necessarily a yoga. And that's because in yoga, these tools take on a different form. There's something else going on. Yoga is best understood as a practice that sharpens our awareness. It's there to reveal something. It's there to help us truthfully see ourselves and see the world around us. And a good yoga practice is going to reveal all sorts of things, like how you relate to discomfort, what your relationship with discipline and effort is, how you react to failure, and importantly, how you look after yourself, how you care for yourself. Hatha Yoga has this great idea that we can educate ourselves and get all the intellectual input from the best coaches and the greatest books on the planet of how to improve our lives and what to eat and how to move, but it doesn't mean very much unless we put it into practice. So a Hatha Yoga class does just that. It teaches all of these principles, but it gets you to embed it in your physiology. In effect, a Hatha Yoga class kind of goes, let's see what you got and let's see what you're going to do. And not in a way to perform and not in a way to judge. There's none of that in there, or there shouldn't be any of that in there. But again, it's this idea of going, let's put these ideas that are going to help your life into practice. Let's help you identify the areas in life that you can improve, and then we're going to give you tools and techniques to help you do it, so that what you learn on the mat is directly transferable to your life off the mat. And if you've been to a yoga class, you will have experienced this. Take balance postures. When you wobble, you probably fall. The body tightens up and you feel a little triggered. At that point, do you criticize yourself? Does it roll off the tongue to say, I can't do this, I'm no good at balancing, I'm not good as that person over there? Or do you breathe and just try again? And if so, the practice is teaching you resilience. If we think about the deep stretches, and there's going to be loads of those I'm sure in class, when you get to that edge and you kind of notice, are you someone who kind of pulls back and taps out, or are you someone who forces things and fights for yourself? Here it's teaching you a balance between persistence and compassion. Yoga postures teach values by how they make you feel and who you become in response to what you're experiencing. And a good yoga teacher and a good yoga practice will encourage you to do that. Be aware of what's going on right now, and then notice how you're responding to this moment right now. And is that response appropriate? Is it helpful and beneficial? And in a yoga class, you will definitely learn to listen when it would be easier to ignore. You will learn to rest when you want to really prove something. And you will learn to continue even when it's easier to give up. And the real beauty of it is that these ideas and these practices follow you off the mat. The calmness that you learn in response to a really difficult forward fold becomes the calmness you find when you're in a really tense conversation. The humility you practice when you're in child's pose becomes how you treat other people in life. The mat is far more than the ground that you make shapes on. It really is the mirror that teaches you to become more you, better you. And in doing so, it helps you find the values that you are going to live by.